Good afternoon everyone, how is it going? Welcome back to the Supercars of London YouTube channel. I am now back at home. For the last 5 days I've been in Cyprus celebrating friends getting married, and there is a lot changing around here. As you can see, there is no Lamborghini parked up there, and we also have a new addition to the garage right there. So there are videos to come from both that side and that side very soon. But just before I went to Cyprus, I took my Lamborghini for one final drive before it goes for paint. Good morning guys, what is up? Welcome to Supercars of London, or if you're tuning in the afternoon or evening, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to my Lamborghini. The weather is perfect, and with some filming fresh in my mind of when I took Seb Delaney out in this car and we both experienced this insane monster through tunnels over and over again, I talked a lot about what this car is like to drive, and he relayed that back to his French audience in obviously the French language, and realized if I was 15 years old, 16 years old, dreaming of owning this car, I would love to know, what is this car actually like to drive? How do you drive it? Just so that I could prepare myself mentally for what it was going to be like collecting this car. And it is safe to say that over the years I've picked up a number of tips from owners and other people that have driven this car and say that it is quite a unique experience. So today, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this car out for a drive and share with you all of the quirks that makes this car incredibly special, all the way from how you drive it in traffic to once you get onto the open road, just what this car is capable of achieving. So all we need to do now is start it up, let it run, warm everything up for the next 5 to 10 minutes or so, and then we can get cracking. From every time that you sit in this car, your legs are pointing towards the Lamborghini badge on the front and in the middle of the car. That's the best way that I can describe the driving position on the Murcielago. Your entire body is going in that direction towards the front Lamborghini badge. Everything is going towards the middle of the car. But then obviously the steering wheel is positioned directly in front of you so that you're looking out parallel to where your eyes and steering wheel are supposed to go. So then your body position is ever so slightly twisted. My left shoulder is in front of my right shoulder. My back is twisted, but my pedals are off center towards the Lamborghini badge as well, meaning that my legs have to go in that direction, but the top half of my body goes in that direction. So I am, very exaggerated, driving a little bit like that. When you have the key here, this is a very, people that have owned Audis from 2010 will recognize this key. You need this. There's no push button to start. You have to put it in here. One thing that I realized actually on the Murcielago is you don't need to put your foot on the brake to start the car up. That's basically all of the car doing the checks. But look. With this gearbox, this clutch, and these automated paddles, the best way that I can describe how you're supposed to use it and manage the throttle when pulling away is treating it exactly the same as if you were also doing a clutch pedal. This is a manual gearbox with an automated clutch, so you have to work and second guess what the automated clutch is going to do. So at the moment we're on a slight hill, therefore I'm going to need a little bit more gas, but I'm also going to be turning the steering wheel. I'm going to need more gas to really get the car moving. It's four-wheel drive as well, it's a heavy car, it needs a lot of gas. So what you're going to hear now is the noise that my neighbours hear every time I pull away. So you need as much gas as possible to really move away, imagining the computerized clutch working with your throttle control. So here we go. It wasn't too bad actually. Not bad at all. So even here, 10 minutes into the drive, the engine is now starting to warm up. I'm starting to build the revs up. I'm starting to get to 4, 5. But even still, I'm lifting every time that I pull the paddle, and it does become second nature. if there are supercar owners watching this that drive Hurricanes, 488s, and they're like, what is this idiot doing? Why is he living in 2008 where you can just cruise around as if you're driving an Audi A1? Well, I actually had the Hurricane and got bored of driving it in Strada mode because it was so easy. This engages your brain and connects the driver to the car, and also the car is more in control, and at that point it's more enjoyable. That is why I love driving the Murcielago, and I don't have to floor it everywhere that I go. Yes, the car is better at high speeds and up in the rev range where the engine is really alive, but there is no denying even during the warm-up period, the fact that there is a warm-up period makes it more of an experience. Traction! Oh, that's going to be interesting. On a warm blue sky day with dry tarmac and having driven it for 15-20 minutes, I'm still getting traction at around 40% throttle. There are so many little things that you have to do with this car to really make it work with you. And that is what I love about the relationship that I have with this car is I know exactly how everything works, and I know exactly what to do to get the best out of the car, and I know exactly what to do to get the worst out of the car. So when you have that connection with the car, that to me is what it's all about with a supercar, and that is why I love this car. It even goes down to C63 W204. Love them. It goes down to thinking about what journey you're going to do in the car, and there are so many elements to it. Like, if I'm going to a pub with some friends, can I take the Murcielago? What's the parking like? What's the road like that the pub's on? What are the roads like that I have to drive to get to the pub? Are they wide enough? Are they country roads? Are they little B roads where it's only narrow enough for one car with passing space? Because if it is, I can't go there. If it's got speed bumps, how big are the speed bumps? There are so many things that you have to consider, and it must sound like a pain, but it genuinely doesn't matter. When you turn the key, you start it up, you hear the engine, you warm everything up, and you do this. Oh my god, it's so loud. What a beast! Scares me every time I drive this car. There are a lot of quirks in this car, but that, in my eyes, it is what makes it more fun to drive, more engaging, more connecting, and makes it more of a supercar, because you just can't drive it every day. There are days where you just have to look outside, look at the weather, or even look at the Google Maps journey that you're doing, and accept the fact that today is not the day that you're going to drive this. Which means, when you do find a day where the weather is this good, when the journey is this good, it makes it that much more special. And I'm going to leave it there, because in my eyes I've covered everything about how you drive this car, what it is like to own, how special it is to me, and also a little bit of awareness, because for those that are considering buying something and what can they get into, what can they buy, these have got very good residual values. They're not going down in value. So on finance repayments, they're pretty good. They're quite cheap. Then the running costs aren't as bad as people make out. Yes, they're still a fragile car, but if you follow all of the steps that I've done in this video, then fundamentally you're going to have very, very pain-free motoring, a lot of smiles per mile. You're going to lose less money from driving one of these and owning one of these as you are anything newer. They've made too many of all of the new stuff. I'm not just talking about Lamborghini, I'm talking about Porsche, Ferrari, McLaren, everything. They've made too much. So this really is a dying Lamborghini. These won't come around again. These don't exist ever again. But the smiles per mile, now is the time to buy one of these cars. That's it. I can't say any more than that. I look after her, I treat her well, and she treats me well and puts a smile on my face. It's the best relationship ever. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed this insight. It's not so much action-packed, it's more of an educational video. But hopefully you've enjoyed. I feel like on this car, it really is worth doing on something like this. A little bit older, but I mean, like I said earlier in the video, if you can drive this, then you can drive anything. Because I won't let anyone else drive this car, because I'm the only one that knows how to drive it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you soon. Take care. Goodbye.